Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
We'll begin here tonight with breaking news. An update to the shooting we first told you about Saturday in the Logan neighborhood. Officers found one man with gunshot wounds who was sent to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Spokane police still looking for a suspect. SPD asking for your help in locating 33-year-old Ryan B. Shawls, who's a convicted felon. SPD says he could be armed and dangerous. And if you know Shawls' whereabouts, you are asked to call 911. Memorial Day weekend signifies the unofficial start of summer, and despite the overcast skies that started off the weekend, people were still out and about in Coeur d'Alene both yesterday and today. And for local businesses out there, tourist season brings a big boost to the local economy. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant shares how from boutiques to coffee shops, they're gearing up for a busy season.
It's been pretty busy. Yeah, we're really starting to see an uptick, I'd say, the last 2 weeks.
Memorial Day weekend kicks off a big economic boost for tourism communities like Coeur d'Alene. Summer means people from near and far come to enjoy what Northern Idaho has to offer. And for stores like Grace and Joy in downtown Coeur d'Alene, it's a chance to really expand their clientele and keep them shopping in person or online for the rest of the year.
Probably like 90%.
Wow.
It's high.
Yeah.
And it's fun to always ask them where they're from, because it never fails that you've been there, done that, you know?
Now, for a little perspective here, a study that was conducted back in 2017 by the University of Idaho showed that tourism generated $4 billion statewide that year. Now, of course, those numbers dipped during the pandemic, but small businesses here in Coeur d'Alene tell me that with a new influx in popularity, they're getting back to those pre-pandemic levels. Just down the road, Coeur d'Alene Coffee Company has been open for about 5 years now, offering a place for visitors to relax and enjoy a local cup of joe, and staff say it's been a popular place this weekend.
Very busy. Yes, we've had so many people coming in from all over. I've been starting to notice a lot of the tourists are already starting to come in, even though it's early summer.
Taylor Larson is in her first year as a barista at the coffee shop, but is a lifelong Coeur d'Alene resident. After seeing popularity of her hometown grow over the last couple of years, she's excited to see what a busy summer brings.
I think it's skyrocketed a lot, for sure, but I think it is in a really positive way. Some people might not agree, but I think it's positive.
She thinks the influx of tourists overall helps the community and its small businesses and gives people visiting a relaxing change of scenery.
A lot of the people I hear that come in, they're from like bigger states and cities, like over in California or Seattle area. So I think they're wanting something that's a little bit slower paced and more hometown feel kind of. And I think they get that here.
Reporting in Coeur d'Alene, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Well, Sunday certainly was a beautiful day, a lot better than what we saw Saturday afternoon, where it was storming and there were lightning bolts dropping all over the place. That was definitely less ideal for tourism or just relaxing on a beautiful holiday weekend. We are tracking a couple storms tonight. We were tracking one just south of Chewelah. That has since faded away, and the storm action now beginning to work its way into the northern Idaho Panhandle. And so around Priest Lake, we're going to be seeing rain, some gusty winds, and perhaps some lightning strikes here over the next hour or so. The real big storm that we have in our region right now, actually to the north of Bonners Ferry. And so you can see right here, right around the Copeland area where Highway 95 splits off, heads towards Eastport. You can see lots of lightning, some heavy rain. It's going to be moving down. Excuse me, as we go through the next hour or so, and then that's going to move off into Montana. We had some showers around Spokane earlier today that, started to fade away a little bit just to the south of Liberty Lake. So things starting to quiet down around here a little bit. We'll continue to watch for some pop-up thunderstorms around northeast Washington and in the northern Idaho Panhandle as we go through the next few hours. Coming up next, I'll have your Memorial Day forecast. Don't go anywhere.
All right, Matt. Hey, thanks for that. The Department of Health is making good on a threat to shut down a local youth facility over allegations, including boundary issues and sexual misconduct. Daybreak is one of the few residential treatment centers in the state that helps teens suffering from mental health and addiction issues. Health officials started investigating Daybreak last March. The staff is accused of failing to cooperate with investigations into youth patient safety. With its license suspended, Daybreak must cease operations immediately and find other facilities for existing patients. The Department of Health investigated over 700 facilities last year, but Daybreak was the only one that did not cooperate. 4 News Now first brought you this story last August. Complaints included a staff member hugging a client and using prison sign language to say he loved her. Also, retaliation and bullying of patients. Daybreak can contest the Department of Health's action despite being served the notice of suspension, which Daybreak says it does plan to appeal. In a statement, David Smith, Daybreak's attorney, said, quote, "This is a continuation of a dispute that began in August of 2022, and when Daybreak was on the verge of winning, they sought to amend their allegations because they thought Daybreak would win. This is a vindictive and retaliatory finding. Daybreak has 4 days to appeal the decision." Now to that months-long stalemate on the debt ceiling. Speaker Kevin McCarthy says House Republicans and the White House have reached a tentative deal. The speaker, who made the announcement Saturday night, said he spoke with President Biden over the phone. ABC's Allison Kosick with what both men are saying.
After weeks of negotiations, we have come to an agreement in principle. We still have a lot of work to do, but I believe this is an agreement in principle that's worthy of the American people.
Just days before a potential default, Speaker Kevin McCarthy announcing Saturday House Republicans and the White House have reached a tentative deal. Sources tell ABC News the agreement is a 2-year budget deal that would also separately raise the nation's debt limit for 2 years.
It has historic reductions in spending, consequential reforms that will lift people out of poverty into the workforce, rein in government overreach. There are no new taxes, no new government programs.
President Biden issued a statement calling it an important step forward and a compromise as the White House and Congress continue to finalize the text. Sources say the deal would keep non-defense spending roughly flat with current levels in fiscal year 2024, increasing by 1% in 2025. It also fully funds medical care for veterans. It phases in new work requirements for recipients of SNAP benefits, and it does not change Medicaid requirements. The breakthrough days before June 5th, when Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen warned the U.S. could run out of cash to pay its bills on time. The deal will have to pass the Republican-controlled House and a Democrat-controlled Senate. Speaker McCarthy says he'll speak with the president Sunday afternoon and vote on the measure Wednesday. He's pledged to give House members 72 hours to review the legislation before a vote. Allison Kosick, ABC News, New York.
Still much more ahead here tonight, including a lengthy court battle in Priest River that's come to an end. We walk you through the Supreme Court's decision in favor of the Idaho couple. And stay tuned for a bird's eye view of a scenic trail.
And for the first half of the weekend, things were a little bit gloomy, a little bit rainy. Things are looking a lot nicer as we get into your Memorial Day. We'll show you how warm it'll get because it is going to be a jump in temperatures, and we'll show you how long some of this drier weather will end up lasting in your First Alert forecast.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
4 News Now is brought to you by Heritage Funeral and Cremation.
Now a joke from York's Fresh Murder. What did the tomato say to his son when they were racing? Catch up!
Driving safely is all about the little things, like giving folks a break, even at unmarked crosswalks, making plenty of space for people riding, and choosing to wait for the next green light by slowing down and stopping on yellow. Because when you're the biggest and the fastest, you've got to be the safest, too. Together, we get there.
The Memorial Day savings are on now through this Monday at all Walker's Furniture stores, where you can save more and get more, or take advantage of 5 years no-interest financing with no minimum purchase and no money down.
Today through this Monday at Walker's.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath, from start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
I just turned 37 and I found a lump. By the time that I had it checked out and was able to get in and see a doctor and all that, I was at stage 3. Part of the reason I think that I didn't go get it checked out right away is that I was really scared. When I got the call, it was gone. It was such a huge relief. Even if you don't feel that it's in you, that you have a lump or you have a reason to get checked, you are a woman, get checked.
This is Dan. Dan is digging a tunnel. Dan really wants to attend the MLB All-Star Week at T-Mobile Park, so Dan is digging. Too bad no one told Dan about the $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery. Each purchase comes with a chance to win one of 14 MLB All-Star Week prize packages. But Dan doesn't know that, so Dan is digging. Good luck, Dan. You might want to hurry. Or go get a $5 Hit 5 ticket from Washington's lottery.
And now a joke from Yolks Fresh Market.
What drink brings you back to Earth? Grab a tea.
Par, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
Welcome back. It's customary to place flags through cemeteries leading up to Memorial Day to honor our fallen veterans. Some young local kids carried out a time-honored tradition and learned a little bit more about the holiday in the process. The event took place at Fairmont Memorial on Friday. Kids from Northeast Youth Center put pennies on headstones to show the loved ones of those veterans that someone was there to pay their respects. Memorial Day is a time to honor those who made the ultimate sacrifice in defense of our nation. And it's never too early for kids to start learning about the significance of this day.
This is our annual trip to the cemetery to pay respect to our veterans, and it's just very fitting for our preschoolers to be here to learn about what Memorial Day is.
If we can impart any kind of knowledge or any knowledge as to what the day means, we hope that it'll carry on into their later life.
Of all the kids who could attend Northeast Youth Center, only a select few were chosen to participate, making this a very special event for them.
A good reminder there of what tomorrow is really about. Certainly, regardless of what you are planning on tomorrow, we want good weather, and I do think we are going to get that. Certainly, things have been quite nice for most of us as we've gone through the day today. Temperatures definitely on the cool side of what we were forecasting for, but man, it just feels really good. I prefer 72 over 77, so I will be fine being wrong on that part, at least for today. And we did see some thunderstorms as expected, especially in our northern counties, and here is where all the action is. So right along the Moyet River drainage, as you head north of Moyet Springs, that storm was kind of the big one here at the top of the hour. Starting to fade out a little bit, is going to slowly spin off into western Montana. Also on the upper side of Priest Lake, we got some strong storms there as well, so a lot of water flowing in towards the Priest Lake area. Remember, when thunder roars, head indoors, and that will certainly be a good thing to keep in mind around our northern counties as we head through the next few hours, as we'll continue to see some isolated storm activity. Elsewhere, I expect things to be very quiet as we enter a drier weather pattern. And so around the metro, temperatures will fall slowly through the low 70s and will be in the 60s for much of the night. Through at least midnight, we'll see some upper 50s as we get closer to the morning. Here's our lows for your Memorial Day morning. 56 in Spokane. Coeur d'Alene gets down to 53. It's got some 40s on the board here, but not a ton. That is going to be something that we'll be watching by next weekend as well. We could see some fairly mild mornings. Now, of course, sun comes up pretty early this year, or this time of year, so by the time we get to about 8 or 9 in the morning, we get a lot of Memorial Day Remembered ceremonies going on around that time. We'll be into the 60s already, and it's going to feel a little bit more uncomfortable in the afternoon as we get into the upper 70s, right around 80 degrees, and lots of sunshine. In some cases, especially across eastern Washington, it's going to be barely a cloud in the sky, and that's really going to help with our temperatures. We'll be up to about 84 in Moses Lake, mid-80s, could even see a few upper 80s right around the Okanagan River. Spokane at 80 degrees, just a tad cooler in Kootenai County. and Pullman and Moscow just below that there as well. Look at the LC Valley, 90 degrees there. So just goes to show you what's going on. You can see how here we're seeing that wet weather push away into Montana, into the Dakotas, and it's going to be a little while, friends, before we get some more, well, notable storm activity. So if you got some good rain, it's going to have to last you for a little bit. We have cooler weather coming in for Wednesday, but not a lot of moisture, and things stay fairly quiet as we warm back up again heading into next weekend, where we could see some more isolated storms.
All right, Matt. Hey, thanks for that. We'll turn now to that landmark decision, the Supreme Court ruling in favor of an Idaho couple who have battled for years to develop a piece of property on a wetland next to Priest Lake. The High Court ending a 16-year legal battle, concluding that the EPA has overstepped. Now, the EPA argued that there was a body of water beneath the property that connected to Priest Lake. Developing that land would pollute that waterway and, in turn, pollute Priest Lake. But on Thursday, justices ruled that the EPA was overreaching, stating that the Clean Water Act only protects wetlands with a continuous surface connection, meaning these bodies of water have to have a nexus or be connected above ground. A decision that Charles Yates, an attorney representing the Sackett family, is calling a major victory.
The Sacketts now, as a result of the finding of the Supreme Court, would be able to proceed with their home building project without seeking a federal permit, without going through this incredibly long, extensive, and expensive process to get a permit from the government.
Spokane Riverkeeper Jerry White Jr. says this ruling is a major step backwards. Wetlands are known to filter pollutants and help with flood regulation, and many wetlands are connected underground. So even though a strip of land might separate a few bodies of water, the pollution can actually travel in the waterways underneath and accelerate pollution rates.
Oftentimes, waterways may disappear. Wetlands in particular may be separated by small land masses, but in fact, the water freely flows between these systems. And pollutants, like all kinds of things like PFAS, polychlorinated biphenyls, very common chemical pollutants will flow right through, whether that has a slight land mass over the top or not.
And White suggests that the public stays educated on how waterways work and how to keep them clean. He noted that planting wide strips of vegetation to filter out pollutants or just becoming cognizant of the chemicals we're putting into the water is a good first step. Well, it's time now for an Air 4 adventure. It's been 6 years since we got our hands on the Air 4 drone, and tonight we're giving you a bird's eye view of what is described as the crown jewel of rail-to-trail conversion. Let's go for a ride over the Hiawatha Trail.
Welcome to the Hiawatha. The Hiawatha is America's most scenic rails-to-trails conversion. You've got condensed into a 15-mile, mostly downhill path. You've got 7 sky-high trestles, 10 tunnels, 9 of the tunnels which you ride through. And the first one, which you see here, is the Taft Tunnel. It's 1.661 miles long, and it is dark. Some of the tunnels are curved, most of them are straight. Some of them are reinforced with cement, and others are just naturally left the way they were chipped out of the earth.
In St. Louis, we do a lot of bike riding on rails to trails, but let me just say, there's nothing like this there. It was terrific between the tunnels and the trestles. Wow. We rode this about 17 years ago, so not long after it opened. So we wanted to come back.
Well, I think some of the history is what I find really interesting, and the scenic beauty. So when you get up on top of Kelly Creek Trestle, which is the longest trestle, and it's also the highest at 230 feet up, you're able to look way up a valley and know that there was a mill at the far end. They built this railroad back in the day to harvest all the virgin timber that was here. This was known as the most beautiful section of railroad in the country when it was first established back in 1909.
Oh, it's just gorgeous.
Well, still ahead here in sports, the Spokane Indians wrapped up their series with Vancouver this afternoon. But this one quickly got out of hand. Coming up in sports here, Alex Tricenti joins us, showing us just how bad it got for the Indians as Vancouver was having a field day out at Avista Stadium.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
I've been in the sporting goods business all my life. My customers tell me their best memories are fishing, camping, and at the water enjoying their time with friends and family. They tell me they want those same memories for their children and grandchildren. Elephant Boy's Boating Store has now expanded to include a fishing and camping store. They are jam-packed full of all your fishing and camping needs. We invite you to stop by and let the tradition continue to deliver those dreams and memories. We have what you want.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
I feel like I'm at the law offices of Heap, Pile, and Hoarder.
Yeah, we just started a huge case.
Is it a class action suit against filing cabinets?
And we've made some cutbacks. I didn't want to tell you because, well, I was afraid STCU would stop lending to us.
Can I be frank with you? The more transparent you are with us, the better we can restructure loans in your favor. It's like the more real you are with your therapist, the quicker they can help you get over your chipophobia.
Hey, a lot of people are afraid of chewing gum.
STCU Business. Partner up.
During the massive 4-day sale at Furniture Row, when we say the savings are massive, we mean massive. Shop today and take $100 off every $1,000 you spend and watch the savings stack up. And with the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed, it's the perfect time to design a new living room, dining room, bedroom, or fall into a new mattress. Check out Doorbusters and save 50%. Plus 6 years, no interest. But don't wait. Savings this massive won't last.
Why not have the bath of your dreams? With Bath Planet, you can once again relax and enjoy the beauty of your new shower and bath. Our custom-built baths and showers will forever change the way your bathroom looks.
Call today for a free in-home consultation.
Well, coming into the weekend, the Spokane Indians were red hot. Winners of 3 straight games and atop the Northwest League as they were going for their 3rd straight series win. Welcome in the Vancouver Canadians for a doubleheader this afternoon. But early on, it was apparent this was not their day, and that's to say the very least. Well, let's get to it. In the 3rd, we got a scoreless game until Alan Rodin lines this ball down the right field line as Dasan Brown comes home easily, and the Canadians are up on top early. Next batter, Andreas Sosa singles out to center field. Another run's going to come home, but hold on because we are far from finished with this inning alone. Then it's Renier Nunez's turn to get in on the action. He hits this deep drive to right, and that bounces off the wall. Only ends up as a single, but still good enough to drive in another run for the Canadians. This will be a day that starter Brayhan Castillo would like to forget. Still in the 3rd with the bases loaded. He throws behind Dasan Brown and gets him on the rear end, so Brown takes his base and another run comes in, and the marathon just continues. Then after that, Castillo walks in another run. The skipper says, I've seen enough. He says, give me that ball, young man, and hit the showers. But if you guess Spokane would get out of the inning after that, you'd be wrong because Mason Green now on the mound with the bases loaded and gives just the cherry on top for this performance. Cade Doughty with a no Doughty deep fly ball to left. That's out of here for the grand slam. And that caps off a 13-run 3rd inning for Vancouver, and they go on to take game 1 and game 2 at the doubleheader. But first of all, they win that first one 19-2. So it was not Spokane's day, but maybe the Seattle Mariners could get get back into the win column and take the series win against the Pittsburgh Pirates as former Gonzaga Bulldog Marco Gonzalez took the mound for the M's this afternoon. Well, Marco came to play this afternoon. In the 1st, he gets Connor Joe looking to end the inning as he goes 5 2/3 innings, striking out 4. Didn't take long for the bats of Seattle to get going as in the bottom of the inning, Julio Rodriguez absolutely tags this ball, and that just carries over the fence. His 9th home run on the season also extends his hit streak to 7 games. A few innings later, Cal Raleigh just doing big dumpa-like things. He takes this blast to right field, and Andrew McCutchen can only watch as it goes over his head, and they're starting to get rolling now. In the 5th, Jared Kelenic gets in on the action with a little line drive down the left field line. Oh, there's Jared right there. down the left field line. J.P. Crawford's going to come home, and Kelenic, that's his 26th RBI on this season, maybe even an all-star-like season. But bottom of the 8th, Paul Sewald in to close, and the ball gets past the catcher Tom Murphy, and the tying run comes home for Pittsburgh. So we head to extras in the 10th. Pirates have the bases loaded with 2 outs, but Taylor Saucedo gets the strikeout to get out of the jam, and that's going to set up this. Eugenio Suarez delivers an absolute moonshot, no doubter, walk-off home run, their first of the season, and they have now won 7 of their last 9 games.
Winning series, winning games is our goal. You know, we go day by day, play every day hard, and try to win the games. And we did it today in front of Seattle over here. They deserve it. That they've been so for us all year long, and they really deserve it. We did it for them.
Winning the series, you know, it's nice. And we hadn't had a walk-off win. We were due. I actually said to somebody when we coming off the last road trip, 10 games at home, we're due to walk at least one of these off. Maybe we got another one in us yet.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Ace Hardware.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
My dad has dementia, Alzheimer's. The major issue that we face as a multi-generation family is what is the care for the caregivers? Especially for the younger generation who are cares, will provide peace of mind that when you need some time off to take care of yourself while taking care of the family. For people of color, for minority communities who are already shy of asking for help, when they need it, it's out there, it's available, and it's easy to go ask for help.
Life, it doesn't stand still, and neither do you. And wherever you go, we're with you. We're Global Credit Union, formerly Alaska USA. For 75 years, enriching the lives of members and guiding them on their financial journeys, giving them the confidence to not just follow their dreams, but to chase them. The future? We're on it. Let's get there together. Global Credit Union. On we go.
Final weekend, the Northwest Spa Sale in Spokane. Save up to 50% off hundreds of hot tubs and swim spas. Easy, low-rate financing. Everything must go. The Northwest Spa Sale at Spokane's Northtown Mall ends Memorial Day. NWSpaSale.com.
It's time for a new shower, but you don't want the hassle. You just want it done. Rebath. From start to stunning. Call us or visit rebath.com and save $750 off your tub or shower replacement.
Just how massive is the massive 4-day sale at Denver Mattress? Well, for starters, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or save up to $200 on our Doctor's Choice lineup, any size, any model. Check out the Summit Firm for only $299.99. And get up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and receive a free $300 gift. Plus 6 years no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the massive 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
Satay Bistro, Coeur d'Alene's culinary extravaganza of American fusion dining. From our extensive wine cellar to our unforgettably decadent menu, we'll move your experience beyond ordinary to the extraordinary. Satay Bistro, just off the 4th Street exit in Coeur d'Alene.
That's going to do it for us tonight. See you tonight at 11. See how easy it is?
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.